So what is going on, everybody? My name is Mehul and welcome to your 16th Angular tutorial in which we're gonna learn about what routerLink and routerLinkActive directives are in Angular and how you can use them in your routes, right? So routerLink is pretty much going from one route to another. Let's just say for my dashboard, or what we have in here for the hello world, which is the home module, home route, we create a list of hrefs, right? Which the first one says dashboard, and for the dashboard we create a href back which just goes to home, right? If you save that and just go ahead, you see that that pretty much works. But that is not a very Angular way of doing stuff, right? You cannot make use of variables in here, and actually it's a bad practice as well. So instead of doing href, what we're going to make use of is the routerLink, which is provided by Angular to work with internal system routes. Now remember that you cannot use routerLink to link to external websites. For that, you have to make use of href, your old friend, but for internal system routes, you can make use of routerLink. And again, we do not need these square brackets right now because we are not passing in any variable. So you can just make use of that square brackets if you are referring to any variable. And we are getting this error because of nothing, I don't know. So we go to dashboard, we go to home. You can see that it's pretty smooth as well because Angular is not really reloading the page which it was doing with href, right? So href is the wrong way to do internal routing with Angular. Now with routerLink, we also have routerLinkActive, which is just the Angular way of letting you know that the user is in fact on this page, right? So what we can do in order to create that is first of all create some routes, which we can from our app module rather, and let's just create one more route, and let's just say this is a login page, let's just say, and this is login component. Let's just save it. We can go back to our command line. You can say ng generate component login, which creates a login component for us. And you can see everything is imported and should be running fine. But looks like we just had a typo in here, and there you go. So now we have the login route set up as well. So let's just place some links in all these three, and let's just go ahead and say this is home, dashboard, and login. And what we can include now is something like router link active, which gets a class name. So let's just give it active, right? And I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this again. And again, you can make use of square brackets with this if you have any dynamic sort of thing going on. And then finally, what we can do is go ahead and paste the same thing in dashboard component and login component as well. Now I'm gonna go back to style.css right here because this style sheet is global actually, and everything you do right in login component.css or home component.css would not be global, right? It would be restricted to that particular component only. So to add any global styles like I have right now, which is this font families, Calibri, and some sort of manual resetting, you have to go to the style.css file to add global styles. So I'm just gonna say this is color black for now, text decoration none, and let's just say font size is 20 pixels, and why not, let's just say display block. So you can see that we get these three links, and I guess we didn't change the text. Okay, so this should be home, and there's nothing like home. Login. Right, so now if we go ahead and pretty much paste this, right, so now if you see inside your inspector, you would see that the class active is applied on this A tag, but not on these two, right? They do not have the class active with them. So to make it a little more visible, what we can do is say a.active is color red, and it's safe. You can see that home becomes red and we are on home. If I click on dashboard, you can see this dashboard becomes red, and so does this home. Now, why does this happen? Well, this happens because your router link active very much matches whenever your URL matches this slash. Now, this isn't actually exact matching. So right now, if you see this URL for the home only, it matches the slash, but for dashboard, it still matches the URL, right, for the home. So if I click on login, you can see that the dashboard one is gone, but the home still remains. So to fix that, or actually to make it more intuitive, what you can do is you can include something known as routerLink, or rather just on this, yeah. So we can say routerLinkActive options, and we can make this say exact is true. Right, so what this would do is, again, we need to make use of these square brackets now because we are writing an expression in here. So what this would do is pretty much just match this route only if it exactly matches it, right? So we can just do the similar thing on all the routes because we just have the same thing right now. Right, so now you can see that dashboard glows when I click on dashboard, home glows when I click on home, and home does not glow back when I click on dashboard, right? So exact true actually, and we actually need exact true only for this route because this is a bit ambiguous, right? So if you were having something like slash dashboard slash ABC, then this dashboard route would be active as well for slash dashboard slash ABC, right? So it kind of makes more sense if you have another route, right? Like if you have a page like ABC, DEF, GHI. So the router link active would apply this active class to ABC, DEF, and GHI, all three routes, right? So that kind of makes sense to do if you are on a page like that. But for just a raw page, it would pretty much apply this style active class on every route, right? So again, we can just fix that by passing a router link active options. Exact is true. So yeah, that is pretty much how routes work and routerLinkActive works in a nutshell. So yeah, that's all for this one, and if you liked it, then please don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you then in the next one.